All right, Mama. First barrel's right there, okay?
Alright guys, so I'm here in the horse trailer putting down some fresh shavings for Foxy. So she's going to be riding in here for a couple hours, so I want her to have a really soft ride and make her comfortable. This is going to be one of her longest trailer rides that she's done so far, so I want her to be able to be as comfortable as possible and just chill for the ride basically. So when we leave here, it's going to be about 40 degrees down here in Louisiana. So we're gonna go ahead and leave her blanket on. I'm gonna go ahead and open up all these windows so she gets all that cool air coming in. She's got her blanket on, she's good, and we're gonna see how tomorrow goes. It's 9 o'clock right now, so I've got to finish getting ready and get into bed. So I've got little Jack Kitty here. I don't know if you can see him or not. But yeah, I braided her mane, got the shavings in the stall. Her hay bag is right over here behind this little divider thing that I have. I don't know if you can see it, but she's got her hay for tomorrow. And yeah, I think the only other thing that there is to do tomorrow in the morning is I'm gonna put on a fly mask just because her window's gonna be down. It's gonna be like a 2-hour drive. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go past a couple of log trucks, a couple of different 18-wheelers, and I wanna be able to have a fly mask over her eyes so not a whole lot of stuff flies in, and if it does, it'll hit the mask instead of going in her eye. So, the plan is to get there about 8:30ish, 9 o'clock. And that's because I've heard that if you get there early enough, that you can potentially be able to ride in the arena. So that is the goal for tomorrow, is to try to get there early enough. If they do open up the arena, if not, then I guess it's not that big of a deal. But I want her to be able to walk in there and see the walls, see the stands. So I feel like DeRitter was the closest thing to this that we could get into. And so, yeah. I want her to be able to experience all that before her run. So with tomorrow, I found out that the girl that runs before me, I'm number 12. They drag after 10. The girl right before me actually turned out, so I am top of the ground in the second drag. Or in the first drag, however it is. So yeah, we're top of the ground. I am fine with that. But Foxy's not really going to be able to see that very many, we're not going to be able to really see horses running, from what I understand, is because the alley is so long, the barrels are right there. It's going to be wild, and I'm going to have my GoPro so that you guys can see how the Lafayette Rodeo is going to go in slack.
What are you doing? Hi. Hello.
Alright guys, it's about 5:15. Looking so cute this morning. I'm usually up this time anyway, but I have been up. I have been up since 3:58, 4 o'clock this morning. Could not go back to sleep because I got a video the morning of a girl falling last night in the performance. So, for the past hour and 15 minutes, I've been trying to come up with a game plan. So that's how my morning of slack is going. I'm not too just gung-ho of I'm not going, it's ground's bad. But I'm considering all the factors. The girl was the bottom of the ground, and her and her horse are running 1D times here locally. So I was looking through the video and everything. Basically, he just lost his back end and it went down from there. Foxy doesn't turn her third barrel like that. She's not running that competitive yet, where she's wanting to turn her barrels like how this horse is turning. So I don't think I'm too worried about it.
just because I know that my horse's style and this girl's horse's style is totally different, and she's not really running around her barrels like that. So that's kind of what I'm going in this as, is I'm going to go ahead and take the information that this girl has given me, that the ground is bad. It looked like her horse tripped around the first barrel, so Foxy runs pretty square to her first barrel already, and I feel like she's gotten that pretty down, so we will see. Also, another thing that I'm considering is that this girl was at the bottom of the ground. I am first after a drag, so that's another factor. So I'm gonna go, not turning out, I'm gonna go and get there early to see if we can get in the arena. Hopefully we can. I just want her to feel the ground. So, and if there's more girls that fall today, then I will come up with a different game plan. So, the plan is to go in there and try to make a good run. I don't know if I'm really going to push her for any kind of speed. She's running great without me really pushing her that much. Foxy does not run fast to her third barrel because of how we practice here at the house. Because my third barrel is always wet, I pull her up because I don't want her to fall around her third barrel, because she's more than likely to slip back there. So if they all fall at their third barrel, and that's the main barrel that's the issue, I feel like she would be fine because she safety's up there anyway. So just because I haven't gone through and tried to drill her and tried to push her around her third barrel and everything. So she still has that safety factor there, thinking of I'm going to pull her up, tell her easy because of how we practice here at the house, and she'll do it on her own. So we will see how it goes. But like I said, I'm right after a drag. I'm top of the ground. So hopefully from the rodeo last night and how they work it today, and there's a draw, I say a whole 10 girls. I think there's 9 girls in front of me. I should be able to see what everybody's going to be doing. So that's the game plan for today. I got to get these horses fed, get Foxy fed. That way she's got a full belly, she's good, and we get ready to get on the road. Y'all, I am running around like a hot mess, but here is the fit today. Got the mint, got the black and white. Now to get Foxy's polos on because she's not even ready yet.
All right, Mama. First barrel's right there, okay?
Guys, so we had our very first pro rodeo ever. Foxy's very first pro rodeo ever. Mine as a WPRA member. It was wild. Said my nerves were so bad before, and then I ran and they were gone. I said if I could feel as cool as a cucumber as I was after my run, before my run, that would have been even better. But it was a different kind of experience. So started heading down there. It was a couple hours away. Got all the way down to Lafayette. Thought I broke my truck. The little story time on that is that the road is rough. And what I mean by the road is rough, I mean parts of a 3-way roadway that goes through Lafayette is cracked and broken, and all kinds of pieces of concrete and asphalt are all just, it's bad. I hit one of those the right way, knocked out my electric brakes on my trailer, and just the front of my truck was bucking, basically. I thought I broke my axle. It was bad. I was put hazards on the rest of the way. Thank God I only had to drive 5 more minutes. But I was scared to turn my truck because I was I'm going to turn my truck. My axle is broken. I'm going to turn my truck, and the front end of my truck is just going to go straight down into the road. Thankfully, did not happen. Said it just so happened that I did not stop my truck for it to stop bouncing up and down on the front end. So I can imagine how that ride was for Foxy going down there. Said, but we were able to get down to where we were going to go. Made the turn. Turned on my hazards. I was just like, I thought like I had no lights, no brakes, no nothing. And because my little electric brake box on my truck, the light was gone. So, yeah. It was like a whole mess. Like right before, I'm just like, how am I going to get home? I don't have any kind of lights, no kind of brakes, nothing. So, that was my main deal. After talking to my dad, I realized that it was just the electric brakes on the truck, or on the trailer, and I still had my actual brakes on the trailer, and yeah, that's what the light was for. So, but we got there. I think we ended up pulling up about 9 o'clock, I believe it was. I had talked to Ashley Rogers. Shout out to her because she has been a saint. Said I have been like texting her like all the pro rodeo stuff. I'm like, okay, what am I doing here? How do we do this? What am I doing here? So she has been a saint, guys. So I had called her whenever I like pulled in. She was in Slack that morning as well. She was talking to me. She's like, I'm in the arena right now. They just opened it up. What I would do is I would go ahead and park the trailer, saddle your horse as fast as you can. Not even worry about going to the secretary's office first and get your tail in here now. I'm like, okay, cool. Pulling up right now. Unloaded Foxy. Hurried up and saddled her up. I don't put any kind of leg gear on her before we run like that. Like if it's a good bit, I don't worry about it. Just because she doesn't really ride with leg gear here. So I just hurried up and saddled her. Got into the arena. It was a little bit like, I wish I would have recorded everything. I probably should have had my GoPro on just to have like the whole behind the scenes. I was like, I had went in the right way. Thought it was the wrong way. Went back out. Was walking around. Seen another girl go back the same way that I had went. And went back in there. And they were just like, they just untied the gate to get in there. And I was like, I don't know if I can touch this. I don't want to get in trouble for touching this. So yeah, I was a little bit stressed out about that. But I was able to go into the arena. I walked her around, basically did like our whole warm-up routine where I just like walked her around the whole arena, walked her back around the other way. We did our circles. It was fine. It was fine. And so what I noticed is that the ground was very much watered down before we had even went in there. So I don't know if it was watered down from after Thursday night perf or if it was that morning. So it was pretty watered down. There's a couple of us that we were able to get in there. We all worked our horses and everything. We were all sitting there chit-chatting, getting to know each other. Like, Ashley was introducing me to a whole bunch of other girls that were walking in there. And so it was funny because we were just like, Ashley introduced me. She's like, this is her first pro rodeo. And so they were just like, this is my first pro rodeo however many years ago. I'm just like, okay, so this is a good one to start out. So that was fun. I was getting to see and meet all the girls and everything. And I was just like, everybody is so nice. Like, they step out to introduce themselves. It's not like they're all just like sour faced looking at you, like glaring at you from across the pen and everything. They're just like, oh, and who are you? You're new. You're like, that's the kind of vibe that I got like the whole basically morning before we even started. So yeah. So went ahead. I had warmed her up. I was walking Foxy around. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the horse trailer. We're going to go chill. So I went ahead and found Foxy some water, got her a bucket, gave her some hay while she was chilling at the horse trailer. I went to go use the bathroom and everything. I had to hurry up and get dressed. I literally went into the arena. Probably half of these girls, all of them had jeans on. Half of them had their rodeo shirts on. Me walking in here, I've got my Under Armour black shirt on. I've got some sweatpants on and my boots. I'm just like, I'm here. So, because I literally just pulled up, like, I wore sweatpants to travel in. So, I had literally just pulled up, and I was just like, I need to hurry up and get on my horse. So, was able to get changed, get into the rodeo western attire, professional, gotta look professional, even for Slack. So I did all that. Y'all seen the outfit. It was mint in like checkerboard kind of deal. So Foxy's polos were black and white checkerboard, and she had some sparkly green minty kind of bell boots on. So we looked cute, I feel like. We looked cute. And so yeah, this was her first pro rodeo. It's my first pro rodeo. She did phenomenal. I was like in my head about the whole ordeal because I'm just like, is she gonna do good on the ground? Are we gonna fall? Are we gonna trip? Like, what is all this looking like here? And I'm just like, so I should have just ended up trusting my horse. I should have just went in there and let her work. As y'all have seen in previous vlogs, I usually tell her like, let's go play. This time I did not tell her let's go play. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I just told her that her barrel was right there. I feel like she did the best to her ability in the arena, and given the circumstances, and just probably my energy as well was like throwing her off, just because I was like, okay, first barrel is right there. She wasn't able to see the barrel pattern or anything. We didn't go all the way down to the end of the alley for her to see anything. But we did go down a good bit, so she kind of had an idea. Like, we were probably about 4 or 5 feet away from the mouth of the alley, so she was still kind of like hidden behind the corner where she couldn't quite see her first barrel. I think she handled it very well. Said she went in, had a really nice barrel, like first barrel. I feel like she kind of got stuck in certain places around her first barrel. Her second barrel, I noticed like she slowed way down for her second barrel. I don't know if that was just the ground from the first barrel and she just anticipated her second barrel turn to be like that, or what was the deal. If she felt something unsafe with the ground that I didn't know about and she just played it off how she would. We did good. We had a very good first pro rodeo. We ended up 49th. So technically, I feel like it was 49th out of 68, I believe it was. Yeah. So that was the technical. Without the turnouts or releases, it was 68 girls total, and we ended up being 49th. So it was our first pro rodeo. This was our first time being this far away from home. This was my first time being far away from home in so many years. I don't even know when the last time that I traveled that far was. It's been a while, though, for sure. So yeah, and we're going even further, I feel like. We're going about that far next month. I feel like we had a very awesome, like, first pro rodeo, and I did not miss my run. I was very terrified of missing my run, but I did not miss my run. We made a good run. We made a qualifying run. We got 49th out of 68. I will take it. This is the first pro rodeo of the season, of the year, of my career, of Foxy's career. I hope that you guys are going to tag along with us through this whole 2023 season. I have basically a rodeo plan for every single month so far up until I think April or May. So we're going to be hitting the road a lot of miles. So gonna have some more Louisiana rodeos, gonna have some Texas rodeos, gonna have some Texas barrel races potentially. And I am excited. So I would like to maybe go to Mississippi, but I'm not 100% sure. I kind of want to see where Foxy's sitting at by the time that comes around, but I don't think that she's going to be landing where I want her to be in order for me to go that far. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope that y'all stick around for the ride. I have noticed that I've been getting a lot more subscribers, so we will do a little touch base of like meet me and my horses kind of deal. But go ahead and share this. Like, comment down below of what you're excited to see. Hope that you guys enjoy this, and I will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.